So one of the questions we get asked quite a lot for lamp working is how to put bails on pendants. So whether you're doing boro or soft glass, the techniques are basically the same. I'll show you one version which is the way I was taught to do it, which is to do a rather enlarged loop and then melt it down to put some strength into the loop. But also more modern techniques is using things like Peters Tweezers, which is a set of metal tweezers that just join together with the 2 points there, and you can use these to form bails. So I'll show you both techniques. So we'll do the Peters Tweezers first. So I'm just working on a small small minor torch. And if we imagine this lump on the end of this 8mm is just going to be the tip of the pendant. So I'll just warm this through a bit. And then the pendant's in clear, so I'm going to add a little bit of orange for the bail or the loop, just so you can see the difference, the contrast in how I'm attaching it. So that seems warming up. So when I'm putting a loop on and using the Peters Tweezers, I tend to put a little cube of glass on the end and square it off with mashers to start with. So I get a real nice joint. Remember to melt the 2 glasses together really, really well. There has to be a strong connection there, a flowing connection, and then just start to take this coloured rod away. Again, just a little bit more time, just melting the 2 glasses together, and then with a pair of mashers just square the orange bail off a little bit. And just keep it warmed up again. This time with the Peters Tweezers, try and pick the most central part of the bail. So just check it. You can see I'm holding it now back and forth, top and bottom. And I'll just lightly put an indent into the bail just to make sure first they're in the right position. And then the second time just go a little bit harder, and outside the flame just start to twist the glass while pinching it closed, and a third time. And just square it back up again. Remember not to put the tweezers in the flame, because they just won't last in the flame, they'll just burn through. They're not tungsten, they're just metal tweezers, so don't. The 3rd or 4th time you do this, you should end up with a nice little hole running through the bail. And then with a tungsten poke you can just either enlarge this or just straighten the edges. And just all the time making sure to check that the bail is on square to the pendant. And so that's the first version, and then I'll show you on the back part of this rod. Just take off the end of this rod and I'll show you the version that I was taught as an apprentice how to put the loop on. So this version involves just making an oversized loop but doing it in 2 pieces. And then when you melt the glass together, you will get a stronger loop, sort of melt the strength into the loop and get a stronger loop. So again, you can do this in boro or soft glass. I must be honest, I prefer this method, the second one I'm showing you, just because for me it's quicker. There's less tools, there's less time hunting for tools on the bench. So starting from one side of the pendant, just making sure you get a nice strong seal of the glass that we're putting on as the bail, and then just come out of the flame and you've got half the loop that side, and then go around the other side. And again, a really nice good seal onto the pendant. And bring this glass around, join it onto the top of the first half of the loop we made, and as you can see now we've got a very too big, oversized loop. And now using the flame I'm just going to start melting it back, evenly heating. The loop starts to shrink down. I'm building the strength into the loop, and then I'm also controlling the shape of the loop and the size of it. When it starts getting down to the size I want, I can use a tungsten poker again, or I can take a little graphite reamer and just check the size and just keep rounding it over. Until I'm absolutely perfect with the size of the loop and the size of the hole. So I'll leave that there for you and show you. That's the first method I did, which is using the two half loops joined together, and then around the other side we've got the Peters Tweezers.